Alright, alright, I'm gonna take you to the vermi where they recycle food for agricultural purposes. Alright, so as you can see, compost pile, but here they call it vermis. These little worms that actually they go into the soil, they pass the soil through their stomach, and then they excrete the soil on the surface. It looks like feces, but it's actually recycled soil that has passed through the inside of a worm. So it's very, very good for the soil itself. So you have these little boxes that they put together their compost, whatever food items like leftovers from the kitchen, or if there's an excess in the farming side, then they will bring it here for it to rot to produce these vermes, and then they would put it into the soil back again so that they can actually have it for agricultural purposes. I want to show you something very interesting, okay? This area is made just for vermi. And not only that, if you look after months and months of rotting, the food actually becomes like soil. And I want to take up some. You see that? If you look at it, it looks just like soil. So after rotting over and over, and when you put that in, I want to find one of the vermis and show it to you. Right here is one of the vermi. So these things, they actually like the soil. For us, we would say it's worms. The compost, after rotting, it produces these worms that is very good for the soil. So they're the ones who break down the compost to help to make the soil for farming purposes, right? So sometimes students are assigned to come to work to help to turn it over to keep it wet. Right above my head, one of the workers actually live here. So just imagine sometimes when this stench rises, he doesn't mind. He has his kubu right there. It's actually a tent. And believe it or not, he takes a shower up there. If you look right here, you will see the pipe going up. There's dripping water. You have to be careful. If you come out here with me, you can stand here with the camera, and you look up top. Look at that. Someone actually lives there. So that's the thing I like with these Filipinos. They're very economical, they're very simple, and they don't mind living somewhere and doing the Lord's work, even if it's right above the compost pile. Again, this is a beautiful papaya. Right now, this is food for the Filipinos. But first, Jamaicans, we would wait until it is ripe. But for them, they would cut it up in bite sizes, and they would cook it down in with curry and turmeric and some other onions and garlic, and they would eat that with their rice. Want to go over to the greenhouse? This was donated by someone from Australia. It's not really active at the moment, and going towards it, we will discover some eggplants. Right here, I'm allergic to eggplants, but they plant that, so they actually eat eggplants here with their rice. A lot of papaya hanging around. And this is the greenhouse. As you can see, there's some food in the making there. They're in the process of planting something. But all around, again, the thing I like with the campus is it's surrounded by nature. You see all those beautiful landscape of the mountains? That's what we see every single day we wake up. So we can focus on God's creation as we study His words, as we work in the farm. You just have to lift your eyes, and maybe we can even have David's experience. David says, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. But here for us, we lift our eyes up onto the mountains, where we see beyond the mountains, and we see the Creator God, who is just looking down upon us, realizing how humble we are. Next, I want to take you to the electrical source, all right, the source that produces electricity for the campus, and it's a very interesting story. So